on the ground, and even politically, the EU still has political power. That's a fact.
Where?
China has power, absolutely. So we're talking about world powers here. But when we try to paint this doom and gloom for Europe, at least Western Europe, the European Union, it
Yes.
literally makes no sense because there's a lot of money out here. There's a lot of people migrating to make money. The standard of living in the country that I'm in Austria, in Germany, I would even
No,
say in Spain, Portugal, not so much because they have a struggling economy, is better than many places that I've lived in
Nagneasy.
America.
I agree with you 100%. But what I'm saying is a projection. Like at the beginning of the convo, I was
Hmm.
saying trajectory. I'm not talking like right now. Right now, Europe's good. The next 10 years, Europe is good.
It's gonna
I'm talking
shrink.
about beyond that point. As we get into the 2030s and the 2040s, what is Europe going to look like? And what I'm
Kaiser.
telling you is if you look at the trend that's been happening the last 20 years, Europe is stagnating in terms of being a great power. Now, it's still a
Relevant.
good place to live. People will immigrate there for a little while for sure because it's much better than a lot of other parts of the world. All of that is true. So,
Yes.
nothing that you've said contradicts what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
when we speak about the projection for the 20 years, oh, obviously, I think it's going to start losing its power, its edge, and I hope America regains, you know,
US is doing it. They're sacrificing Europe as we speak for their own gain. That's what's happening. That's my
yeah.
point.
And if you
well,
notice,
and oh, Jesus Christ, who's this wild Fulani that won't let anyone speak?
oh dear, go on
Jesus
then,
Christ,
go on, Mr.
brother,
Talker.
please just let us finish, and then I'll pass
Uh,
it to you. So then, there's really no argument here. Then, I want the best for the U.S., and I'm glad that we're in the position that we are. But Western Europe is not as bad right now. But I do agree that it's going in the wrong direction, and a lot of that has to do with, like I believe you mentioned it already, flexed up migrant workers. It used to be the Polish that were like driving the economy, or at least the wages down for native Europeans. But now Polish are kind of like our Mexicans, but Mexicans that are well established in Europe. But now you have Ukrainians. I'm seeing Russians and Ukrainians in the supermarkets out here. I see a whole bunch of like off-brand Europeans out here, and a lot of them are masters at manipulating the social systems out here. They'll tell you how much kid credit you get in Belgium versus Holland. That they can break it all down. So that I believe is going to chip away at least the financial power of Europe. Wild Fulani, you have anything to offer now?
Hey, oh, by the way, what's up, Mac?
uh, no, I'll pass it on. Yeah,
Salute,
John.
brother. Salute, salute. John Zola, you heard?
You heard? You feel me? Now go ahead, Waffle Honey.
Yeah, I mean, you're both right. As I was saying, that's what I was trying to. I'm sorry for interrupting, not easy, but what I'm trying to say is, Europe in general, is a melt. It's going. It's gonna shrink. Believe me. And I am living also in Europe, but obviously not in the European Union. But it's all kind of connected, right? These Polish people that you see over there in Europe today, they used to be the workers over in the UK. It's when Brexit happened, they were limited coming over here to work. And most of the money that they earning is leaving the Western Europe to the Eastern European Union, to the Eastern European border. And as I was saying earlier, the reason why also Europe is panicking at the moment, because they know the your guys in America are going to put Trump in there, and Trump is not happy to put a lot of money in NATO when Europe is sitting on their hands. That's number one. The military might in Europe, which is the UK, France, and France are actually not as powerful as they used to be anymore. In fact, recently, when all the countries going out for the drill in the sea, the UK submarines actually failed. And the UK is known for maritime warfare. They actually don't have one at the moment. All those that they tested, have you seen the one that they tested in the Atlantic? They actually tried to test it towards West Africa and it failed. Europe is dying slowly, my bro. We just here eating the remnant. Everybody know that. Europeans know that. They tell you that in the streets, in the pubs, in the restaurant. They know. It's no secret. They're dying out because the wealth is spreading around the world. It's not actually staying. The only place it's not going to is Africa at the moment. But it's going to Asia. America is taking their bit back. And Europe is just American puppets. They are the puppet of the United States. They always have been, since the war.
So, I guess today is a great day to be an American and not an African.
Well, if that makes you happy, then yeah. Yeah, pretty much. America would be having the last laugh. Absolutely. They tank. Europe survival would be depending on America. That's all depending if the Mexican haven't taken the rest of it. This is the reason why you see all these right-wing things are popping up, bro. These people, they're seeing the danger, the alarm bell ringing. Din, 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 din. So it's crazy. And Putin is closing up in the borders. So don't be surprised. Anytime go back to history. Anytime Europeans start putting up this right-wing mantra, it's because they're losing out. Anytime they lost the plot, they put right-wing people in there. But you're in Holland, you said, that music, yeah?
Yes, sir.
That is a very small, tiny country, compared to Germany or France. But they're very sophisticated,
Can you hear me?
Yes, Flex, yes.
Yeah, my mic wasn't working earlier. So let's put some accountability on Europe. Like, we're talking about immigrants, but Europe also put themselves in this position, right? Europe is over regulating every industry. That's what's
Right.
happening, right? And that's why you're going to see even more nativist sentiment in these countries, that could potentially lead to more fissures within the EU, because people see that, hey, this big body, the EU, is trying to over legislate and kind of hurt our industries and our ability to innovate. So we need to remember that part and Europe's part in that.
Yes.
Yeah, this European Union, one of the problems is that it's not every country, while being a sovereign country but still being part of the EU, creates problems because certain countries tax at a higher rate. They have different initiatives, they have different goals, and a lot of times this shit is just crazy. So people start just jumping from one country to the next. For instance, the same car that I would want to buy in Belgium would be